Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 92 of Let's Platinum and 100% The Evil Within. Alright, it's finally time to move on to the downloadable content. Downloadable content, The Assignment. Detective Juli Kidman finds herself within the darkness of STEM, confronting Rubik's and her own personal demons while pursuing her mission. Let's go. Ooh, we get to go into this little side room. Hiding in lockers, under beds, and in cover drastically increases your health recovery speed. Don't worry about that, we pretty much won't be losing too much health over the course of this, unless we die, but yeah. Alright, so the Evil Within, The Assignment. Let's go. Alright, so we've got a few options here. Let's actually, hang on, so, graphic content. Interesting. Subtitle show. Yeah, we can show the tutorials, why not? Not really a big deal. That's the same. I want to change the brightness, they're going to ask us again, but I want to change the brightness to about 80. Really, I should probably change it to like the max, but I think it'll look a little faded or washed out. Alright, new game. 80. Let's go. So, yeah, this DLC, Chapter 1, An Oath. I'll probably be trying to talk about the story as much as I possibly can during this first playthrough, because we'll have to do a second playthrough on a more challenging difficulty, and I think I want to concentrate on that as much as possible when we get to that. I haven't actually done that at all as of recording this, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. I know what happens, I just haven't done it yet, so we'll see. Alright, we start with a quote here from Marcelo Jimenez. They existed together, but each saw things in their own way. It was as if each patient's consciousness filled in the blanks, creating their own reality. Very interesting. Here we go.
Do you stand with Mobius?
I do. I made my choice.
Okay, here we are. So, if you remember from the main game, we're starting basically in chapter 2 of the main game, where we crashed. So if we go over here...
No blood. Or anything.
So yeah, it's actually quite interesting. I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on here, but my guess is that we kind of woke up earlier than Sebastian did, because remember, when Sebastian was in this area, it was nighttime already, so we should technically have woken up a little bit earlier than he did. I think Kidman's going to say something else here.
The crash. I wasn't alone. Where is everybody?
Yeah, so she's talking about, obviously, Sebastian, Joseph, all those people. Where did they go? And why is there no blood? My guess as to why there's no blood is because she probably just, like, kind of ended up here. She didn't really, like, crash because, you know, the stem moves everyone around. We're going to get another cutscene here. You can hear Leslie talking.
Fine.
It's actually interesting that he's talking about that there, because maybe that's what's going on. Sebastian's only crashing now. There's a jump scare here, by the way.
Sorry, detectives. Gives it a creeps up.
Shit!
So that part makes sense. We
Shit. I've got to get out of here.
see Connolly attack us, and then now we're all bloodied up. We see Connolly attack us, and later on Sebastian fights Connolly. So and he seems to have like his wits about him a little bit when he was attacking us there, but later on he's completely gone, and I guess that's just based on how long he spends in STEM. Alright, here is our first collectible, the KCPD criminal record. Charge information, record expunged, juvenile offense. Same thing, and then eventually, here we go, criminal trespass, destruction of property, grand theft, receipt of stolen goods, vagrancy, underage consumption of alcohol, shoplifting, resisting arrest, burglary, possession of controlled substance with intent to sell, robbery with use of firearm, assault, grand theft, criminal evasion, resisting arrest, assault of an officer, jeez, everything. Alright, well yeah, to get that, just go right from the beginning here. We'll learn more about that as we go. Alright, so let's crouch here.
Smells like blood.
I'll kind of let the game talk for itself for the most part here, and then
You're a backup.
so that was from the very beginning of the game. Like Kidman wanted to
Hey, where's Joseph?
Jimenez's line. Hey, where's Joseph? I think is when Sebastian runs outside and talks to Connolly. Every must be dead, I'm not sure. I think that's a fresh line. Alright, let's squeeze through here. Hey, it's Leslie.
Settle down, Leslie.
Leslie.
Leslie. Leslie Withers.
I'm sorry?
Kid, I need you focused. I need your attention. This is a serious matter. Everything we do is a serious matter.
I'm ready.
I'd like to think so, but conviction must be proven with action. As I was saying, your target is Leslie Withers. He's a patient at Beacon Mental Hospital. But he's something more. Simply put, we need him to run our STEM system. Without this asset, our research will mean nothing.
I don't understand. We own Beacon. Why not just take him?
Our relationship with his advisor, Marcelo Jimenez, has become rather strained. The boy is a leverage piece. Jimenez plans to activate a STEM prototype at Beacon without our permission. Obviously, that's unsuitable. Have no illusions. It will be dangerous. Come, take a walk. The nurses are waiting.
Hey there. Where did you come from?
Okay, so you can save the game if you want. Yeah, I'll go ahead and save. Why not? Come on. There we go. So that's how you save the game in the DLC. You just sit on the couch, and then there's a picture of a cat, and you can save the game. Alright, there's nothing here behind the desk, but go there anyway. So yeah, things are really heating up already. Like, we're seeing new characters and stuff, which is really cool. Alright, there's nothing over here to the left. There's only a locked door that we can go through later. There's a whole bunch of people working here with a strange symbol on their hands, but their faces are all kind of shadowy, so we can't actually see anybody. I think, actually now that I think about it, it's probably giving it's kind of like a big nod to the player. This is a faceless organization. There's a room there. I don't think we ever go through that one. Let me have a look. Maybe we go in the second DLC. Okay. Anyway, we can't go through there. The only way we can go is over here. Now, if you can believe it, Juli Kidman's sprint. Actually, I was going to say it's worse than Sebastian's, but I think it's about the same. So we're in this organization. We're about to find out. Well, we technically have already found out what it's called. But we'll find out a bit more soon. Boop. Enter the doorway. Hello, Mr. Tall Man. Alright.
If Jimenez activates the system, you'll be pulled in. Hopefully he doesn't. But as a precaution, we've prepared an infusion to prevent contamination.
Like a vaccine? To protect me?
More accurately, to hide you. We developed STEM, but there is a ghost in the system. Something we call Ruvik. It means to keep us out. This infusion should protect you to some extent.
Okay, so we've learnt a little bit there, especially when he says to hide you. I'm not 100% sure exactly what he means by that. I think it's, well, it's revealed more in this DLC than in the main game, but I could come up with a
Why send me alone?
explanation.
You won't be alone. You'll be with your team from KPD. You'll get a call on the radio reporting an incident at Beacon. Everything will be arranged. But there are consequences of little value. In regards to your mission, they're expendable.
Okay, very interesting.
Come, sit down. We must have that boy. He will enable us to change everything.
I'll come back with him.
I needn't remind you the consequences for failure. Loyalty is a sensitive subject for us. Trust is such a valued commodity in today's world. So once again, I ask you, do you stand with Mobius?
I do. I made my choice.
Now you must back up your words with actions.
Okay, so
Do not
Mobius
waver.
is the name of the company.
Now I'm going to count down. And when I'm finished, I'll ask you a series of questions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'd like to ask you some questions. Have you ever felt abandoned by the ones you trusted?
Alright, if you're squeamish about needles, and I probably should have said it before, but if you're squeamish about needles, probably look away now, because she's going to pull that out of her arm. That was really well acted. I feel like that's exactly the kind of sort of noise and face you would make, especially that at the end. What the? Oh my god, that's terrifying. I didn't even realize. What the hell? Has that always been there? Holy crap. I don't
Hey!
remember that being there.
Anyone?
Oh my gosh, man. How did I like not notice that? That's crazy. I think I'm so focused on Kidman that I didn't notice that like creature there. Okay, so the first thing we want to do here is we want to get our torch, which is our sort of main, A, it's our main source of light, but B, it's actually very important. So to get that, we got to go here. Probably have my notes open for this because I do remember most of it, but inevitably there will be one
What's going
area
on?
that I forget about. Just give me one
Where did
moment
everyone
here.
go?
Okay, So the first thing we want to do is we actually want to turn around. We need to grab our torch for this. We need to turn around, then come here, and on this little sort of little metal table, there's a small snail there. If you focus your light on it, it gets loved up and it turns into like looks like a ukulele symbol almost. And we get a model. So it's a model of, what's his face? Oscar Connolly, holding a model of Oscar Connolly, holding a model of Oscar Connolly, ad infinitum, or however you say that, forever and ever and ever. And yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. Wow, it's so much easier to see now that I've increased the brightness. I think that might be the reason I didn't see that creature the first time. Pretty sure the scream we just heard was kind of a variation of the Wilhelm scream, because I've definitely heard that like woman type scream in different movies and stuff like that. Alright, there's nothing in this room, like no collectibles or anything, you just simply have to get past. There are a lot of dead bodies on the floor, but luckily they're all dead. There's some glass, no need to worry, makes sounds, but nothing too important. Alright, here is kind of like sort of a main door that we have to unlock throughout the game. Even this might represent something, but I'm not entirely sure. She kind of like sneaks through and it just automatically closes. Alright, so in this room, there's a faceless employee.
Help! No!
Hey!
Not the light! Not the light!
Hold on. I'm gonna find a way in there.
Okay, so for some reason he doesn't like the light. Actually, I didn't realize that, but anyway. And Kidman can open these cool vents very quickly, which is really good. No, and if we crawl through the vent here, I thought at first that we didn't have to do this, but I think you do.
Please.
I'm gonna turn off the light here.
No!
If we go here, we can see that creepy creature cut that dude in half. And now it's done. Yeah, okay, we do have to go in there so that he can open the door. Okay, so let's get in here. He's dead. I think she comments on it.
Oh shit. What could have done this?
Very true. Let me just make sure that there isn't anything in here. Yeah, there's not. Okay, cool. So let's continue. Ah, that's right, there's another collectible coming up. Okay, let's just open the door. Now, be wary, this enemy on the ground here is actually alive, but we can avoid him very easily by just crawling here on the left and then picking up the recording like this.
I'm afraid that the fragile mental states of the subjects are limiting our studies. Mobius wants us to move past beacon patients and onto more stable people. They want to get STEM closer to its intended use. Would they see the world in the same way? Would a sane mind weather the psychically draining experience? I had that dream again. I entered the STEM myself.
Okay, we get these brilliant, I love the collectibles in this game. Alright, using cover. Enter cover with circle, LS to move in the cover, or like the left thumbstick to move in the cover, and you can also hold it when you're at the corners to peek around and have a look. Hide around corners and below low obstacles. You can move along walls, peek around corners and call out to enemies. Alright, so it gives us that tutorial there, but we don't actually need to use it until we get, I think that one's dead. Until we get over here. So here's what we have to do. Now this is a bit tricky because every time I do this way, it doesn't work properly, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to do this. Now we're on the corner and it tells us to lure enemies. So we can press square to call the enemy. While in cover, call out to enemies to lure them in your direction. So I'm going to try and
Over here.
lure the enemy over here. I'm going to hide here. And then I'm going to go over here. Go, 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 go. And then press X and then just mash it. And we're through. Beautiful. They can't get us. We're good. Health recovery. Stand still to completely recover health. Hide and use cover to increase health recovery. Like I said, we probably won't need that too much because we won't be taking too much damage. Alright, here's our first safe, which will give us access to our next collectible. So they're pretty cool safe puzzles. This one, I'll give you a few seconds to try and figure it out. Okay, that's enough. Basically, the bloodier the fingerprint, the sort of more blood the person had on their hands when they pressed the button. So, and then as they pressed more buttons, the blood started to fade. So we've got a 9, a 2, a 3, and a 6. And that gives us access to our first letter scrap. So the letter scrap is basically, it's a full letter. There are 8 scraps. And if we go into the archive, we can actually select it, rotate it, and place it onto this little sort of card. And then once we get all the scraps, we can put it together and read a letter, which is really cool because when I did that the first time, I was like, oh, that letter's going to say something really cool. And I think it does, actually. There's a lot of stuff in this game where I'm just like, all right, is that telling me, like, is that trying to say something more than what it's already saying, or what? Okay, just push that card out of the way and then come over here. Now the game's going to tell us about bottles. Oh, well. Should tell us about bottles. There we go. Throwing bottles. Hold L2 to aim and R2 to throw. So I'm actually going to throw it into this room. And I'm going to wait here. That guy's going to go in there. So I'm going to quickly walk past. Don't worry, there's nothing in that room except probably more bottles. And then Kidman just has to get through this vent. Again, she opens it very quickly, which is beautiful. On we go. Alright, coming to our first sort of trophy for this area. So you can look and you can see the enemy just ran past. So we're going to sneak out and we're going to try and get this trophy. Press this button to lock the door, or to unlock the door, I should say. Now, this is like an office area, so when you call, there's like an internal network. So if you use this phone, it's going to call the phone over in that room. And if we're lucky, it will alert the other enemy to enter the room. Beautiful. And now we're going to have to go back outside. And if we're quick enough, hopefully they're still in there. Press the button. Did I get it? Yeah. There we go. And we get the prank call trophy. Awesome. Okay, I'm pretty confident there's nothing on this side. Yep. So the only way to go is over here. Don't worry if they see you. It's not a big deal. And now the only other way to go is through the vent. Let's go straight there. So that's how you get a nice easy prank call trophy. I think I had a picture of a telephone on it, which reminds me of like Hotline Miami trophies. Okay, go through here. And we're gonna pick up a, what is it? An office keycard. This keycard belonged to one of the Mobius staff. It appears to have the blood of its previous owner on it. Once you pick it up, immediately press R1 on this locker and enter. And now wait. Now it's gonna be a little bit creepy here, but don't worry, we're completely safe. Just do not press anything. The enemy apparently knows where we are, but before it can get to us, that other enemy comes and eats it. Now if you can hear, this other enemy is saying Leslie, Leslie, Leslie. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. My guess is that maybe that enemy represents Tatiana, the nurse, but I can't be absolutely positive. Alright, there he goes, all the way down there. We can go this way. And then down this hallway. There's nothing else here at the moment, like nothing to jump out at us or whatever. And now we can use the key card on this door and get through. Beautiful. Alright, so since we got the checkpoint there and we're at 25 minutes, I think this is a good place to stop. So I'm going to leave it here. I don't know if I said this, but this should only take about 4 episodes or so. I'm going to try and stick to 25 minutes, so it should only take about 4 episodes or so to get through it. and then we'll try and do the Kuriyami mode, which is, if I didn't say it before, it's basically exactly the same thing, but the main difference is that apparently everything is pitch black and you can only use your flashlight to see where you're going. So essentially it's more like how much of the game can you memorize and how accurate can you get your movement, which is going to be difficult, but we can just fix that with the flashlight. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 92 of Let's Platinum and 100% The Evil Within. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.